First, good morning to all of you. For those of you who don't know the Fund for Lake George, we are a science-guided advocacy organization. We were founded in 1980, and we're all about using science to guide our advocacy on every major threat facing the Lake George watershed. But we're doing so in a way that's intended to lead by example. Not that we have all the answers or the prescription for success, but we feel we can show a new way, a fresh approach, and Dan alluded to this in his remarks, that is less about adversary and more about allies and cooperation. So what I want to do is just very quickly go through the progress we've made and to underscore the power of the partnerships that we've created, which is really the backbone to everything we're achieving, not just on road salt, but on all those major issues. It's been a partnership across sectors. It's been a partnership across levels of government. And it's been a partnership, frankly, across the aisle. And boy, oh boy, do we need that now more than ever before, right? And I think the diversity represented here in this room from the guys and the gals, can I say that, women, who are out there every day doing the tough work of keeping our roads clear and safe. I applaud them, we all should. To the local government officials, to the private sector interests, to the state officials that are here in more numbers every year. This summit, this is our fifth, has grown year over year to the point where we felt we had to bring it to a bigger stage and invite a bigger audience and have a constellation of organizers in the process. So what is this so-called model that we refer to, expanding application of the Lake George model? It is partnership, innovation, and investment. That is the prescription for protection. That is how we are moving the ball at Lake George, and we're really happy to share it with all of you here today. And guiding everything we do is scientific research. The research informs and empowers our actions. It equips plow drivers, local government officials, the private sector increasingly. We just created at Lake George a Council of Business Advisors. Business is now on board in a very big way because why? Because they see the importance, the economic importance of environmental protection. It's critical to their bottom line, to their long-term success. So it's an all-in, all-out effort, not just on salt reduction. And I will keep saying that. Salt reduction is a piece of the puzzle, but only a piece of the puzzle of protection. And just a bit of context, Brendan had some great slides about what salt is doing park-wide and with selected lakes. In the Lake George Basin alone, what we have learned over decades on the amount of salt being applied, we are now up to 30,000 metric tons of road salt, or enough salt to fill 300 rail cars or a train 3 miles long every single year. That's crazy. In the Lake George Basin alone. Brendan's numbers didn't include the fact that the private sector is a major contributor to those salt application rates, as much as 50%, according to research done by CIMA. So we factor that into our 30,000 metric ton number for Lake George. So with our partners, we have a goal for 2020. And again, it's leading by example, and it's to do the following: to provide the nation's best practices model for reducing salt use. That's what we get up and work on every day. Salt has been referred to as the acid rain of our time, and I think that's a good way to look at it, except for one thing. We can solve it here, and we can solve it now, and that's what we're working to do together. It takes this kind of teamwork to get it done, and we're doing it. So as you're going to hear from the folks who follow me doing the real work, with our partners, We have now outfitted all municipal trucks in the basin with state-of-the-art tracking equipment to do what? To measure application rates. You can't reduce what you don't measure, right? So we've been doing that for the past 4 years, and it's been critical to informing our drivers, to understanding what it's going to take to dial down the use of salt without in any way compromising road safety. That's paramount. We will never allow that to happen. And how are we achieving these reductions that you're going to hear about? It's through hands-on training, workshops, summits like these. It's also through using state-of-the-art equipment, and we are so grateful to the sponsors who are here today, who you'll see demos of their products as part of this gathering. And boy, it's some of this stuff is knock your socks off cool. It's really cool. I love the live edge plows. I'm a great fan of the live edge plows, just as I am of a razor that gives you a closer shave. That's what a live edge plow does. It's fantastic. You're going to hear more about those. You're going to see them in action. I'll pretend I didn't hear that, and I don't think any of you did. But the bottom line for us, the key to success is direct investment in these practices, in these technologies, the equipment, et cetera, in the people who are doing the hard work. And since 2015, when we began the Lake George Road Salt Reduction Initiative, the fund alone has invested over $600,000 toward this effort. We put our money where our mouths are because we care, and in doing so, others follow suit and invest. So we create what we call a multiplier effect in the process. And I hope the town of Lake George and Hague will speak to the value, the return on investment that is being realized, both in terms of reducing salt levels, but saving money. This is ultimately a financial proposition. Yes, we're protecting our waters, we're protecting our soils, we're protecting our environment, but we're saving money in the process. What could be better than that? You know, it's having your cake and eating it too. So what I want to do is just close by reading a brief quote, and this is in your packet. It's the fund's latest annual report called Powering the Enduring Protection of Lake George, and we included it because it is so spot on appropriate for what we're doing and how we're doing it. And here it is. There are no problems we cannot solve together, and very few that we can solve ourselves. And this packed room and the diversity of interests here today is a testament to what it's going to take to solve this problem. Thanks very much.